Hello, hey, it's Deborah with Flipping 50, and we're talking about bone density all week long. And what I want to share with you is one of the tips for how do we stay fit in our bones and our muscles while we're working out at home. So, whatever your reasons are, if you're at home and trying to find a way to get enough stimulus to work for your bone, here's a couple ideas. So, first of all, I want to show you this. This is a weighted vest. I'm going to put it on. Here's the rule of thumb. You want no more than 10 to 15, so 15 is the high, percent of your body weight when you're adding a weighted vest. So if I weigh somewhere about 125 to 128, then I don't want 20 pounds. 20 pounds is kind of just kicking it, but 10 or 15 pounds would be very appropriate. So if you've got a weighted vest, you can take things out even better because then you can adapt, all right? So how does this help? So a couple different things. When we think about bone density, there are three what we call osteo zones, the most prone to fracture, either because of a fall or even because of a sneeze or a cough if you have very low bone density. So we have the wrist, which is the radius. We have the spine, and often it's lumbar spine that's most at risk for low bone density, but not for everybody. That's not necessarily true. Thoracic spine, that upper back, is generally where people, if they sneeze or they cough and they have low bone density, will have a fracture, and that's what causes that upper back rounding, okay? And there's a term for that, but I won't go into it right now. And sometimes cervical spine is also a risk. So putting the weighted vest on, and this one allows so much more air. There are those that come like a jacket or a shirt, but the reason I don't like them is they don't let you breathe. So I know you're hot, lady, you're looking good, and I don't want to block any of that. So a couple ways I can use this. I can actually put this on while I'm doing prep in the kitchen, and I'm loading my spine just a little bit without realizing it, without efforting. I can also wear this when I go for a walk or a hike, so that I'm loading my spine, again, just a bit more than I would be otherwise, okay? Here's the tip. So if you are small framed, fine boned, don't go too heavy with this. However, one can be very effective, but you're much more at risk and vulnerable than somebody who is larger size. Very rarely, but it does happen if you are overweight or in the category of obese. Large size people tend not to have bone density issues because their own body weight has been helping them support that frame and bone. If you're a smaller person and you don't have that benefit, the more you can load your bones with strength training specifically will help. But now I've got 20 pounds on, so that's what this vest is actually, and I will show it to you from the back as well. So nice, easy. But if I want to do weighted lower body work at home, the hip is the third of the osteo zones. So we've got the wrist or radius, the spine, and we've got the hip or your femur neck, okay, that are most likely to be areas where, number one, they'll be checked and tested and more likely to fracture because we fall, we catch ourselves on our wrist, or we actually go down on that bone, okay? Not you, not on my watch, all right? So first of all, we're gonna improve your strength and your balance, and we're gonna increase your strength and your bone density in those areas. So holding on to a weight here, I can do a weighted squat, but if I'm not at the gym able to use a leg press, I can't weight it too much because this is about my limit. Otherwise I start getting pains in my upper back, my neck, and my shoulders, and that may be true of you because women tend to hold our tension there anyway, right? So it's important that you've got elbows here, you're using muscles, not letting that pull you down, but I can only load with 30 pounds. Now if I go on a leg press at a gym, I can probably lift 200 or 250. So how am I gonna get that work? Well, potentially you're not, but there are other things we can do. But I've got 30 pounds, now I've also got 20 more. So I'm doing 50 pounds here, and that is both good for my muscle reaching fatigue and for my bone density, okay? So, couple ideas. I'm going to be sharing with you the rest of the week. But this is a weighted vest. And so if you're looking for a way that you can increase your load at home safely, here's the caveat to this, or risk. If you've got shoulder issues, neck issues, it's not wearing the vest that puts you at most risk. It's actually putting it on and being careful not to do that. So if you have somebody else, right, at home, that will be helpful. But otherwise, you want to be careful. You want to use a little momentum and get this in and on in a way that you don't strain. So be cautious. Another reason I like this one as opposed to that whole, it's got to come over my head and land up and then Velcro around. And I've had that one for years, but I'm not using it anymore. This one is just a little easier to put on, less risk. But if you have somebody else to put it on for you, like they would help you into a coat and just get it on you, so much the better. If you're going to use this and go for a walk, last tip, and then I'll let you go, don't go out for your usual 30 or 45 minute walk wearing this the whole time. Do a loop, wear it for 10 minutes the first time, come back, take it off, and then go the rest of the way. Next time, after a week, and you know, I felt okay. I wasn't too tense up here. I was able to do it. My back felt fine. Then you wear it maybe for 14 minutes. The following week, then you maybe go to 18 minutes. So increments that don't seem like a lot to the overload that you're putting on the bones and the muscles and tension up here, but are enough so that at the end of the month, you've increased by 16 minutes. You went from 10 to now you're at 26 minutes of wearing this vest. That will have a significant effect on you, and you'll get to the point where yes, you can wear it the whole way. All right, there you have it. Put your questions about bone density below. Let me know what they are. I'm gonna also put a link to my Stronger program. It starts October 1st, and that means really soon. And we only offer it a couple times a year. So if you get here after the fact, you can get on a notifications list and you'll learn when we open it up again next time. But listen, we've all been sitting at home for 5.5 or 6 months, potentially wondering, do I go to the gym? Do I not go to the gym? What do I do? How do I exercise? Walking, girlfriend, is not enough. If you're concerned about your bone density, and you should be, because listen, girl, if you are like me, we're gonna go all the way to triple digits in our lifetime. We can do that. I know the average lifespan is somewhere closer to 80, a little below it. But my mom's 94. She never exercised, and she probably didn't eat as well as I do. I'm going all the way, girlfriend, but I want to feel good doing it. So if you do too, you cannot wait until this pandemic is over or you feel comfortable going back into a gym. Let's be exercising at home, getting you ready for even more later, or keeping you at home, convenient, and getting the overload that you need. And I'll take care of you, because I know we want to get into the back of the closet clothes, and we have joints that have had a good time, right? So I will take care of you, whether it's your foot, you have arthritis, or you have an ankle injury, or a knee problem, or a hip problem, shoulder issue. We know how to get around it. We can adapt. I got you covered. I'll see you on the flip side.